Story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm glad we're here together. Happy Wednesday, whatever you're up to, wherever you are. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for making Story Time your space to be this morning. Thank you indeed for being here. I hope that you are doing well. I hope that everything that you do today, yes, is indeed exactly what you need to do and works out how you want it to. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. And if it doesn't, well, we know we try and try again, right? If at first you don't succeed, you try and try again. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And this week, we continue to celebrate this beautiful planet that we call home. Yes, it is Earth Week this week. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. I hope that indeed you are finding ways to appreciate the planet, take care of the planet, take care of the environment, take care of your neighborhood. And what would you say to those that would come from elsewhere asking about this beautiful place that we call our home? If you come to Earth, this one is written and illustrated by two-time Calder Cut medalist Sophie Blackall. And you know, Sophie Blackall has brought us so many wonderful books over the years. And yeah, long may that continue. Today, if you come to Earth, coming right up. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Excited to share this one, and yeah, cannot wait to celebrate it with you. Do check out, please follow Sophie Blackall at sophieblackall.com and get to see what she's up to and what other upcoming projects are there as well. Thank you indeed for being here. A big thank you as always, Chronicle Books of San Francisco, allowing us to share this wonderful book here on Storytime today. Thank you indeed for being here. If you come to Earth, what will you see? What would you tell that new somebody? Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. And remember too that yesterday we were reading for the first time here on Storytime on a summer night. We enjoyed that book, and it makes a perfect bedtime story, and of course one that just relax you and yeah, as you enjoy. So find that one. It is officially coming out on May 14th 2024, and it is from the spring catalog of Chronicle Books. So check it out and find it where you find books. Ask your librarians to stock it, and of course pre-request it now so they can get it before that date. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Many wonderful books out there to enjoy, but also we do have a responsibility, and I'm encouraging you this week, set one goal, one achievable goal that you can to help the environment. Thank you indeed for being here with us on Storytime, and I encourage you as well, visit earthday.org for more ideas and to read more on what you can do. Yes, maybe we might find an idea or two that appeal appeals to you. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. And today we are reading If You Come to Earth. Get ready for this one. Get comfortable, get cozy, get everything that you need to make this Storytime even better. Thank you indeed for joining us today. We'll be right back after this very short break. And of course, remember too that if you can't catch us live, you can always catch the recordings at storytimewithmrlimata.com. Thank you indeed for being here with us on Storytime. See you in a little bit.
Hi, everyone. My name is Amanda Davis. I'm a children's book author, illustrator, and high school art educator. I am the author of 30,000 Stitches, the inspiring story of the National 9/11 flag, illustrated by Sally Warren Comport and published with Worthy Kids #book group. One thing that drew me to writing 30,000 Stitches was the idea that people from all different communities came out to stitch this flag and make it whole again. So I hope that when people read 30,000 Stitches, they remember the power of sharing our stories. When people came out to stitch the flag, they shared their stories, whether about loss or pain or love. We all have stories to tell, and by sharing our stories and listening to one another's stories, we can create a better understanding of each other and create a sense of connection and unity. And this is what creates a more inclusive world. I hope you enjoy your story time with Mr. Limata. Bye, everybody.
Welcome back indeed. Thank you, Amanda Davis. Beautiful books and, of course, wonderful person as well. So thank you indeed for joining us here on Storytime. Do check out those amazing books, 30,000 Stitches and, of course, Moonlight Memories. Thank you for being here with us today. Absolutely appreciate you. If You Come to Earth, this one is written and illustrated by SOPHIE Blackall. We are reading it with permission of the publishers Chronicle Books of San Francisco. And if the name SOPHIE Blackall sounds familiar, well, she has brought us the Ivy and Bean series together with Annie Barrows. So there you go. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime, and I hope you enjoy this wonderful book that we have here today. And this one does have Andy, so let us see what these beautiful illustrations are. There you go. Oh, those amazing things found right here on our planet. Yeah, I thought I should show you that as well. But here we go with our book for this morning. All right. If You Come to Earth, written and illustrated by SOPHIE Blackall. And we are reading it with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. If You Come to Earth, written and illustrated by SOPHIE Blackall, and read with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Dear visitor from outer space, if you come to Earth, here's what you need to know. What do I need to know? Dear visitor from outer space, if you come to Earth, here's what you need to know. You can find us near a big sun and a tiny moon and a bunch of other planets. Ours is the greeny blue one. Can you see it? Yeah, right there. Yes. Dear visitor from outer space, if you come to Earth, here's what you need to know. You can find us near a big sun and a tiny moon and a bunch of other planets. Ours is the greeny blue one. Can you see it? Yeah, right there. The green and the brown bits are land. And the blue stuff is water. Yeah. Ours is the greeny blue one. The green and brown bits are land, and the blue stuff is water. People mostly live on the land in big cities. Yeah, that is true. People mostly live on the land in big cities and small towns and tiny villages. Or where else do people live? Yeah, people mostly live on the land in big cities and small towns and tiny villages. Or out there in the middle of nowhere. Whoa. I think I've said this before too, but I always wonder how accessible and how some of those places, like how people live there, because especially when flying over, just flying over the United States and seeing some of the places or some of the homes that are out there, it's like way out there. How did you get there? People mostly live in big cities, small towns. Oh, just in the middle of nowhere. Would you ever live in a place like that? Or do you live in a place like that? We live in all kinds of homes. Yeah. We live in all kinds of homes. Yeah. And sometimes terrible things happen too. Like it says there, we lost our homes in a fire, in a flood, in a war. Yeah. Yeah, things happen at times that do weigh us down, right? No. We live in all kinds of homes, in all kinds of families. Yeah. What's your family like? Yeah. We live in all kinds of homes, in all kinds of families. Do you see your family represented here? Yeah. I hope it is. There are more than 7 billion people on Earth. We all have bodies. Yeah. But everybody is different. Yeah. More than 7 billion people on our planet. We all have bodies. But everybody is different. Yeah. Except for my friends who are identical twins and look the same. Except for Mustafa's more. Are you an identical twin? Do you know any identical twins? Inside our heads, we're usually thinking. You can't see our thoughts, but sometimes we show our feelings on our faces. Yeah. What do you see on those faces? Inside our heads, we're always thinking. You can't see our thoughts, but sometimes we show our feelings on our faces. Sometimes unwittingly. Yeah. Even if we don't feel like it, we get dressed every day. We wear different clothes depending on what we do and where we live and if it's hot or cold. So true. You think about what you're wearing today, what you will wear today. Even if we don't feel like it, we get dressed every day. We wear different clothes depending on what we do and where we live and if it's hot or cold. So true. The weather has changed here in the Bay. Thought it was getting warm, but no, we need our jackets right now. There's lots of different weather in the world. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. Yeah, do have extreme weather, right? And those conditions need our help to improve. Yeah. There are different weather. There are lots of different weather in the world. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. Yeah. It depends on what you like, too. Wherever people live, we usually have to go someplace else. There are lots of ways to get there. What's your mode of transportation? How do you get from point A to point B? Yeah. Do you see what you use in this picture? Wherever people live, we usually have to go someplace else. There are lots of ways to get there. Yeah. Do you bike? Do you walk? Do you drive? Do you ride the train? Do you fly places? Yeah, there are lots of ways to get there. I am a kid, and kids go to school to learn stuff. So we will know what to do when we've grown up. Things to know if you come to Earth. I am a kid, and kids go to school to learn stuff. So we will know what to do when we are grown up. Yeah. Thank you, Kathy. Good to see you here with us. Enjoy the recording later on. Luna, good morning to you as well. Grown-ups do lots of things to make the world work. Yeah. Do you see any of the grown-ups in your family represented here? Or what they do? Grown-ups do lots of things to make the world work. Yeah. It's an interconnected system, right? But when people are not at work or at school or sick or asleep, we get to do whatever we want. Is that the best part? Yeah, we get to play soccer, we get to ride bikes, we get to go on hikes, we get to hang out with people we love. But when people are not at work or at school or sick or asleep, yeah, we get to do whatever we want. Yeah, I think that's the best part. Whatever we're doing, we need to eat when we're hungry. Some of us have more food than others. So true. We all need food and water to survive. Yeah. Whatever we do, we need to eat when we're hungry. Some of us have more food than others. And so if you do have that extra and you can spare some, find a food bank. Find a place where maybe you can donate some food. Yeah. Some of us have more food than others. We all need food and water to survive. Yeah. What's your favorite snack? We get water from rain, which flows into little streams and big rivers and all the way to the sea. You can't drink the sea because it's too salty. Yeah. Yeah. We get water from the rain, which flows into little streams and big rivers and all the way to the sea. You can't drink the sea because it's too salty. Have you tried drinking the sea? Yeah. How did that taste like? The sea looks empty. Yeah. The sea looks empty. But looks can be deceiving, can't they? But actually, it's full. Yeah. Fish can swim, but they can't walk. Yeah, the sea is full of many amazing things. Fish can swim, but they can't walk. Mm-mm. Fish can swim, but they can't walk. Most animals can walk or swim or gallop or hop, but they can't fly. Yeah. Lots of different animals that move in many different ways. Most animals can walk or swim or gallop or hop, but they can't fly. I can fly, says the bat. We know you can, bat. Most animals can walk or swim or gallop or hop, but they can't fly. Can you fly? No. Some birds can swim and walk and fly. So if I had to choose, I would be a bird. This one always gets me. What would you be? If you could pick one thing, what would you be? Would you want to fly? Would you want to be a bird? Or would you want to be something else? Some birds can swim and walk and fly. So if I had to choose, I would be a bird. Yeah. Let us know what you would be. And why? Birds can sing, so can whales, and people. People make all kinds of music on our own or all together. Yeah, and all together. Yeah, birds can sing. Do you get to hear birds sing where you live? So can whales and people. Yeah. People make all kinds of music on our own and all together. Where do you like to sing the most? Do you like to sing? Do you sing? Or are you like me, think you can sing? Some of us who are deaf talk with our hands and faces. Some of us who are blind read with our fingers. Yeah. Some of us who are deaf talk with our hands and faces. Some of us who are blind read with our fingers. Yeah. Can you sign? Can you read Braille? This is these are some of the things I want to learn. But yeah. And Commander Davis says, for so many people on earth, we must make sure that everybody is included. If we're blind, we can imagine colors as shapes and sounds. Did you know that? These are the colors you need to paint everything in the world. That's a whole catalog. Any of those look familiar? Yeah. If we're blind, we can imagine colors as shapes and sounds. These are the colors you need to paint everything in the world. Yeah, your complete guide right there. Some things are part of nature. Some things are made by people. Yeah, some things are part of nature. And some things are made by people. Yeah. Do you use any of those instruments? Any of those tubes? Any of those toys? I see a soccer ball. Want to join me for a kickabout? Some things are part of nature. Some things are made by people. Yeah. Some things are big. Whoa, look at that. Some things are big. Yeah. Some are small, tiny. Yeah. Like that small fishing hook. Tiny. That little mosquito over there. Some things are big. Some are small. Tiny, teeny tiny. Some things are invisible. Yeah. Ghosts, the wind, invisible cloth, germs, sound waves, the smell of roast chicken, old socks, frangipani, wet wool. Electricity is invisible. We can see what they do or their effects, but we can't see them. Some things are invisible. Can you think of other things that are invisible that we've not mentioned? Yeah. Some germs can make you sick. So can eating a woolly milkweed toadstool, or breathing in smoke, or getting spat on by a slolaris. Yeah, all those things can make you sick. Sometimes people get hurt by accident. That is true too. Be very careful out there. Yeah. And sometimes it's in the nature of what we do. Occupational hazards, right? Yeah. Some germs can make you sick. So can eating a woolly milkweed toadstool, or breathing in smoke, or getting spat on by a slolaris. Sometimes people get hurt by accident. Yeah, that happens. Mom! Sometimes we hurt each other. Unfortunately. And plenty times so unnecessary. Yeah. Sometimes people get hurt on accident. Well, sometimes we hurt each other on purpose. That is not good. Yeah. It's better when we help each other. I agree. What do you think? Yeah. It's better when we help each other. Yeah. And plenty times it doesn't even cost a thing. It's better when we help each other. Yeah. Babies are not very good at anything. Kids are good at lots of things. Grown-ups can do just about anything until they are really, really old. But by then, the babies are grown up and can help. Yeah. No. I think babies will take issue with that. Babies are not very good at anything. Don't think they'll agree. Kids are good at lots of things. Grown-ups can do just about anything until they are really, really old. But by then, the babies are grown up and can help. Yeah, that's true. Older people are good at telling stories about the world when they were young. Yeah. Kids are good at making up stories that haven't happened yet. So true. Older people are good at telling stories about the world when they were young. Kids are good at making up stories that haven't happened yet. Yeah, great imaginations. There are lots of things we don't know. There are lots of things we don't know. We don't know where we were before we were born or where we go when we die. But right this minute, we are here together on this beautiful planet. Yeah, so true. There are lots of things we don't know. We don't know where we were before we were born or where we go when we die. But right this minute, right now, we're here together on this beautiful planet. If you come to Earth, you can stay in my room. Love, Quinn. Ah. That is so kind of you, Quinn. Yeah, if you come to Earth, you can stay in my room. Love, Quinn. Ah, that is so kind of you, Quinn. And what a guide. Thank you so much for joining us today on Storytime. That is the end of our story. And if you get this book, I hope that you get a chance to read the back as well and just get to read where the idea of this book, the author's note, and see what inspired it and where it all came from. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. And if you do like Sophie Blackall, do check out the Ivy and Bean series, which she partnered with Annie Barrows. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. If you come to Earth, written and illustrated by Sophie Blackall, and we were reading this one with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it got you thinking. I'll catch you on the other side of this very short break when we're back with more story time.
We're your Tenders, and you're listening to Story Time with Mr. Limata. One more time. You're Kitten Tenders, and you're listening to Story Time with Mr. Limata. Yay, Mr. Limata! Yay, you.
Thank you so much for joining in. And of course, if you're interested in seeing more of Kit and Tenders, please do check them out on their podcast, the musical podcast, Tune Tales. It is found everywhere you find podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever that you find podcasts. Look for that and have fun. They've turned many wonderful children's rhymes, children's stories into music. So please get to enjoy those on that podcast. Find them. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And thank you for joining us for today's wonderful book. Hopefully it got you thinking about your own neighborhood, got you thinking about your own role in making sure that this planet is taken care of. And of course, that we leave it in a good shape for those to come. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate you. And one of the things that we're talking about, especially if you're living out here in California and the world in general too, there's been forest fires and things that have been happening. So tomorrow we explore that topic a little bit more, the fox and the forest fire. This one is written by Danny Popovici. Do join us and find out what it's all about. Find out what you can do to support the environment, what you can do in times like this. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. I look forward to being back here with you tomorrow for the fox and the forest fire. Let's come and learn together. Let's continue to be in community. And remember too that if you don't catch Storytime live, please find us at storytimewithmisslimata.com at a time that works best for you. Thank you for being here. Let your friend know to join in Storytime. Let them know that Storytime is here with fantastic stories and of course a fantastic community to boot. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Have yourselves a wonderful Wednesday. It is great out here in the Bay. A little bit cold today. I think it promises to keep it'll stay kind of like it was yesterday, a little bit cooler. So please grab that extra jacket as you go on out. Thank you indeed for being here with us on Storytime. Appreciate you. Big hugs to each and every one of you. Kathy, thank you for joining us. Luna, thank you for joining us. Ari and Megan, thank you for joining us later on. To everybody else that is joining us later on as well, thank you for being here with us on Storytime. And we hope you continue to enjoy the stories. Well, enjoy today's story. And we hope that you're back again tomorrow and the day after. And of course, many, many more weeks and years to come. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Much love from me, and I will see you again tomorrow when we are back with more Storytime. Bye-bye.
Storytime with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, Storytime with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing Storytime with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, Storytime with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. Some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Story time. Ooh. Story time. Story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing